Let's see. Okay, you also mentioned that reading comprehension was a concern. Just knowing that students are reading the material and comprehending the material that you're presenting in class. And the strategy that I'm going to suggest for this is modeling reading comprehension. And so what you would do as a teacher is use a textbook or a worksheet or a PowerPoint, whatever it may be, that has reading material, and you would model how to read. And so you would have to step aside from your expert role, and assuming you don't know very much about this topic, you go through the material, you're reading it out loud, and simultaneously you're asking questions, you are creating hypotheses, and then digging through the text to make sure that you can confirm your hypotheses or negate it and show why your hypothesis was incorrect. You would ask questions during that process to yourself, and all of this is out loud, so you're modeling to the students how they should be engaging in reading the text. So they're not so passive, because sometimes they're very passive readers. You want to make them active readers with the material. Do you think that this is a strategy that you could use with your range of motion unit?
As you're talking about that strategy, I think it's a very interesting strategy. Primarily with this unit, I use worksheets, and they have pictures of the range of motion actions with the vocabulary words that match the action. So there's not a lot of reading in the worksheets, but I'm thinking that I could bring some textbook material in that day, or even some PowerPoint material in that day, to have the students actually do some reading comprehension.
Okay, and if your material is short or limited that you will be using during this unit of study, you don't have to model all those strategies, because we hope that this is something that you could use in subsequent units. And so, for example, if the first time you might just want to model creating a hypothesis and confirming it, or you might just want to model questioning or even summarizing, which is absolutely a very important concept as well, because students have trouble finding the main ideas, even if just in summarizing of a single paragraph, much less an entire text. And so you can choose to target one of those areas. If your reading material is like half a page or a paragraph or a small PowerPoint, then you can do it that way. And then in the future, you just make it a systematic practice to incorporate some of the others. And so I hope that'll help you more than just with the range of motion unit. Do you think that might work instead? If you just try one of them or a couple of them?
I can see how that strategy would definitely benefit this unit, as well as other units that I will use in the future. And hopefully the students can take this strategy that they're learning into their other classes as well.
In this clip, Sandra models reading comprehension strategies. Most content area teachers are required to use texts that are difficult for English language learners to read and comprehend adequately or fully. Many students do not realize that reading is a thinking process, so reading comprehension strategies need to be modeled and practiced with students, with the hope that they will begin to use them when they are reading and comprehending text. Sandra models questioning, hypothesizing, digging in the text for information, and summarizing. Note that Sandra is didactic in her execution of the reading comprehension strategies. She explains to the students what they are going to do with the reading strategies and why they are important.
Don't write anything yet. Okay, we're going to talk about this before y'all write anything down. Okay, Gina?
Improving joint flexibility is essential for injury prevention. Flexibility exercises help to keep your body limber by stretching the muscles and tissues that hold your body structure in place. Staying limber not only helps your balance, but makes it easy to perform daily activities. Physical therapists recommend stretching exercises to help people recover from injuries and to prevent injuries from happening in the first place.
Okay, I put this slide up here with all these words for a reason, okay? So how many of you guys are going to be or seniors in here right now, and you're going to college next year? Okay, remember how I've talked about, when we're reading the slides and stuff, that you don't need to write down every single solitary word, okay? When you get to college, you're going to have, on average, about 100 pages of reading per night per class. So you have to learn how to go through this stuff quickly and be able to summarize and kind of get those main points. So whenever I read this particular paragraph, what I could do is I'll read the first couple sentences, Improving joint flexibility is essential for injury prevention. Flexibility exercises help to keep your body limber by stretching the muscles and tissues that hold your body structure in place. So I could ask myself some questions. Okay, why does the flexibility exercises help your body to keep it limber? Okay, now so let's just suppose a question that I might have is, okay, if I don't do these things, what's going to happen? So if you, let's say you just were a wimp and you were like, I'm not going, I'm not doing it. And I mean, some people do this.
That happens some days.
They refuse. They refuse. They say, I'm not going to do this. This is too painful. What do you think would have happened?
Well, when I first got there, I hadn't been using my shoulder at all, and so it was really like.
So if I was going to summarize this particular paragraph right here, I would say that joint flexibility is important for our well-being. Okay, that it helps me to keep from injuring myself, and if I do injure myself, then this type of activity will help me to recover faster and to be the best that I can be in the future.